Smith.
All right, and Suzanne Marques is here with that and more. Hey, Suzanne.
Hey, guys. This is a really cute movie. It is Kaley and David Oyelowo starring as a married couple living in the burbs, but she's living a secret life as an assassin for hire, a secret that her husband discovers when they decide to spice up their marriage with a little role play. I chatted with the stars, and the director tells me Kaley had her own secret on set when they were filming.
How was Nebraska?
It was, the usual.
Emma Brackett is a trained assassin who must keep the secret from her doting husband, Dave. And before Kaley and David Oyelowo started filming, she set up a meeting for the pair of them to spill their own quirks and secrets. Did you know each other before this role?
No, which was weird because a lot of people thought that we would have.
I did.
Yeah, we did not. We did not.
No. We met at a lunch that we had to meet each other.
Yes.
And Kaley came along with 20 questions, which were an incredible icebreaker.
Yeah.
And so it felt within an hour that we'd known each other.
Yeah.
I knew that she liked goats, I knew that she doesn't like mushrooms, and I know that she doesn't like socks.
Yes.
Weird.
So we learned, like socks around the house.
I get it.
Socks are just weird. But we had a big fight about that, and then he brought it back because he has 4 dogs, and I was like, oh my God, big dog person.
Yeah.
But yeah, it broke the ice, my 20 questions game.
I'm Jack.
Alice.
Do you and your wife role play often?
What exactly is this about?
Do you know this man?
No.
Jack, Bob, Jack.
Pleasure. He just talked for 5 minutes to all the victims of her charms, and then he left.
Your wife's real name is Anna Peller. Wanted for contract killings across several continents.
I'm sorry. What?
David, I always associate you with so many serious roles. So what is it like to wear this different hat and be with one of the greatest comedic actresses alive?
So sweet.
The
You can come
icon of
anytime.
comedy.
Anytime.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons I wanted to do this, to sort of flex that different muscle and to do it with someone who really knows what they're doing in that space as well. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm a bit of a goof in real life. People wouldn't know that from some of the shows and movies I've done. But also, I have to say, after that first meeting we had, I completely fell in love with her as a person, just to, you are very lovely.
We did. We fell in love and buddies
so,
immediately.
Yeah, and so to get to celebrate family, to celebrate love, and the desire for a family to get back together, to preserve being together, whilst all this crazy stuff is going on and the hilarity is happening at the same time, was just a lot of fun.
Killing is bad, like unacceptably bad.
I know. I'm done, I swear.
Kaley had intense fight scenes, and as they filmed, she started to slow down and get sick on set, and soon they found out she was hiding her own secret during filming.
She called me in her trailer and said, "Tom, I've got something to tell you. I'm pregnant, so I'm not going to be able to." And so I had to do that thing of pretending I didn't know. I just found out. And, oh my God, you're pregnant! Oh.
That explains things.
But everybody knew already. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. That is such a fun, wholesome memory, and she'll always hold this movie close to her heart.
I love you. I have to go to work now, though.
Okay.
Okay, so Prime Video sent us this surprise briefcase, and I want to get your guesses as to what might be inside.
Cash money for us. Yeah, you look like a let's make a deal girl. We want the money.
Okay, it might not be money, but it's worth something.
Ooh.
It's a little role play kit.
What? The wig was scary.
See, it's the wig that Kaley wears in the movie.
Okay.
A little hat and glasses, you know, to like have a little disguise.
You can disguise
I love it,
it.
Sheba.
It matches your dress.
It.
Yeah, it matches perfectly.
Oh my God, how cute.
Who knew I was born to be a redhead? Okay.
Gotta have little glasses.
You need to take a drink of that. Thank you.
Shaken, not
It's like
stirred.
a goblet, like a medieval goblet.
Even a little flower
Thank you.
for to bag. So yeah, dirty martinis.
Okay.
So yeah, it's perfect for a date night.
Role play it is.
Yeah, if you want to go undercover. But yeah, red looks good on you.
Thank
Totally
you.
goes with the
Sheba,
outfit.
don't have too much fun with that, okay? I think I already am.
I know, right?
Thank you, Suzanne. Yeah, this movie looks cute. I'm going to check it out.
Okay, well, in other news, after 12 seasons stretched out over nearly 24 years, Curb Your Enthusiasm will come to an end. Its final season returning next month to HBO, and the network releasing several images from upcoming episodes. The show stars Larry David playing an exaggerated version of himself, who we all know and love. The character is cranky, vulgar, and hilarious. Fans will have 10 more episodes of Curb starting February 4th.
Oh, that's exciting.
And
You know I was going to keep it till the end. No, this is for the rest of the day.
thank you for watching KCAL News Mornings at 9. We'll be here with updates throughout the day.
Thanks for joining us. Remember, we're always on at KCALnews.com and streaming on CBS News Los Angeles. The 10 at 10 starts right now.
Winter is in full swing. Blustery winds, high surf, and bitter cold are here to stay.